This is MMA fight coverage. How's it going, Tito?
Doing good, man. Just got done training right now. Get to have a little break. I had to go lift weights here in a little after we get done with this. So it's nice to be back in the swing of things again.
Oh yeah. So are you going to fight Chael? That's the rumor.
I'm hoping. We're still waiting for him to sign the contract. So
would it be on their Freedom fight?
Correct.
I've seen you be doing a lot of stuff with hurricane relief. I don't know if you want to just talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. That was very heart-wrenching. It was some gnarly stuff. Really gnarly.
I always think, because I'm from the Jersey Shore, like you always see these natural disasters. You can never wait for the government. It's one of those kind of things where you always got to be prepared in case something happens.
Yeah, they waited 10 days, actually 12 days for the government to come in and help. But it was just great to see the community come together, and man, gave me hope for America to see everybody come together. And there was no financial value to it at all. It was just the value of people's lives and their life in general. Man, everything was destroyed. It was crazy.
Your son's wrestling at ASU. I don't know if you want to talk about that. What are his goals this year? I've seen you at ASU meets a couple times last year.
Right on, yeah. He's getting a little punch in the face of how tough Division I truly is. So,
do you think he's going to fight MMA, or is that a goal?
Well, he wants to be a business management guy, so I think he's going to take the smart side of it and not get punched in the face. I'm hoping. I don't know. He got some skills, so it's up to him. I'll leave it in his hands. What
about your other sons? Are they wrestling? I know they used to, or if not. You just for some reason I lost volume. Can you hear me, Tito?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Oh, say again. I asked you if they were wrestling.
Yeah, actually, they wrestle and jiu-jitsu. They do wrestling 3 times a week and then wrestle jiu-jitsu twice a week.
How old are they? The younger ones?
13.
Nice. So do you have any, what's your opinion on this Jake Paul, Anderson Silva?
I think it's going to be amazing. I think Jake Paul thinks of him being 47 is going to make a big difference, and I don't think so. Anderson's really hard to hit. He has speed, he has power, and he's big for a 190-pound fighter. He's been boxing his whole life, and that's what people don't realize. That's why he never really got touched that much in MMA. But I think it's going to be an exciting fight. Once again, Jake Paul gave, kind of revigoration of the sport of boxing. He's a good boxer himself. I talk to a lot of people that are in Florida, a place that I'm going to move to, that he's doing the work, so he's ready.
Can you hold on just 1 second? I'm trying to get this other guy on. Hey, Jay, can you hear me? Jay,
yeah.
All right, now you can do your thing. Thank you, Tito.
Right on.
Oh, he was just on. Oh, my gosh. Hold on 1 second. Get him back on. Did you watch the UFC this past weekend? And if so, what are your thoughts on these upcoming fighters?
Upcoming fighters, exactly. These guys have been training now since they've been kids, man. When I started, I didn't start MMA until I was 22. So I had a background of one, but I had to learn all the other stuff. And when I was the champion, I barely even knew how to box. I knew how to kickbox a little bit. My jiu-jitsu, I was still a white belt, but I was just one of those guys who always wanted to work hard. If I didn't work hard enough, I felt like I was caught behind. So I was always working. The only days I took off were Sundays.
What's crazy, I've seen you fight, I think it was like UFC 29 or 30 in that time period, sometimes Mahal. But the fighters now, their whole life, MMA's been around, Yeah,
it's great. It's great to give wrestlers and this new guy coming up, Bo Nichols, give an opportunity of a stud like him to fight, and he's really into it and he wants to do it. And a lot of more wrestlers, I think, if they can't go to professional wrestling, go into mixed martial arts will, give them a career.
Bo's a beast. He was just supposed to fight coming up, but somehow they had to reschedule. I think he got hurt.
Oh, that sucks.
So what are your thoughts on the team concept with Freedom Fight Night?
I think the team concept is something new. I know they did a little bit of this with the IFL.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, and it was, hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, like I said, with the IFL, I think they really kind of laid the infrastructure for a new business to come about. And with Harrison Rogers and Rampage and Frank Mir, us coming together to give these new fighters an opportunity to fight as a team and get team points and be a part of the business themselves, that's what it should be about when we're able to give back to fighters. And I'm thankful for Harrison Rogers to get this opportunity for me, Rampage, and Frank, but for the fighters and the new fighters that will be coming up and hopefully be world champions themselves.
Nice. Jay, are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now do your thing with Tito.
Are we live yet? Have you started
Yeah, we're live. Yep.
All right. Have you done the introduction or anything like that? Or
Yeah, but if you could do your intro. You do much better than me.
All right. All right, ready? Here we go. All right, this man needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. He's a UFC Hall of Famer. He's a legend. He's been a coach. He's been a mayor. He's a humanitarian now doing good things down in Fort Myers, Florida. He's done all that. He's put the UFC on the map. I'm going to call him the Michael Jordan of MMA. He's actually done a broadcast here on MMA fight coverage with us and the late, great Ryan Jimmo. Doing a blow. Somebody that considered at one point a friend in this sport. We lost years, but I still consider him a friend. And the hunting bad boy, Tito, joined us here on the show. Tito, what's going on, my dude?
Hey, Jay, you kind of broke up. Can you do the last 10 seconds? Sorry.
It might be his Wi-Fi.
What part cut out?
Yeah.
Like
the intro was good until you broke out for a second. You said Michael Jordan MMA, and it kind of broke off after that.
The Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz, joined us on the show. Tito, what's going on? How you been?
Doing good, man. Just getting into camp back myself. I took a little time off after the Anderson Silva fight. You know, I kind of had to clear the cobwebs out of my mind. You know, I've never been knocked out of my career ever. And he got me the good right hand, hit me with a couple good shots behind the head. And I never went to sleep before. And that scared the shit out of me. But it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. It actually didn't hurt. It didn't even feel any of it. But the one thing that hurt the most, I think, was my heart. My heart hurt the most because I put in, you know, for a month of knowledge of knowing that the fight's going to happen. You know, I had to cut 40 pounds in a month, get down to 200 pounds. I was supposed to get down to 195. I couldn't make it happen. I almost killed myself trying to get down to weight. But once again, when they offered me a fight to fight Anderson Silva, I was like, all right, I'm in. I want to test myself. I want to challenge myself. That's what life's about. And I didn't come up to win. Anderson Silva showed how great of a boxer he truly is. I think I only touched him like twice. But he was the better man that night. And I got to give him respect.
But to be fair, Anderson's done that to a lot of people in MMA, man. He's a lot of that done to me to Julio Cesar. That failed accomplishment. So that takes nothing away from, you know, it takes away from anybody. Anderson, and the reason why he wanted to grab him before so, you know, my hands up to Anderson to be. But speaking of one, right?
Hey, Jay, somehow you're breaking up.
You break up.
It was good talking. I'll keep going. Keep going, Tito. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, he was breaking up a whole bunch.
Yeah. He was talking good, though, until he was breaking up. Oh, he should be back in a second.
Cool. Yeah,
So
maybe
can you tell us about American-made MMA? What is that exactly?
Well, American-made MMA, we're actually going to go across the United States and pretty much try to find the best talent around. And we'll go into each state and go to each gym. We'll do a casting call and hopefully get some of the best fighters to get the opportunity to fight in Freedom Fight Night. But the biggest thing is our next level is to do United Fight League. And once again, Harrison Rogers, founder and president, I guess you could say, CEO of the company, brought me, Rampage, Frank Mir together to make this happen. And it's been amazing so far. We're on our third event, November 4th in Phoenix, Arizona. And the last two events have just been amazing. You know, we went out from having, 1,500 people to the next event, having 3,000 people to this event, having up to 5,000 people. And we're just going to grow. We're just trying to grow this organically and make it an opportunity for other fighters to have another stepping stool to be the best fighters in the world. And, American Made MMA, once again, will be a reality show on seeing what the great talent of the United States has. And we're gonna find them.
It's going to be on YouTube or how can I see it?
Yes, it'll be on YouTube. And I think the first episode will be this coming Friday on YouTube, and everybody can see it at American Made MMA.
I saw some clips on it. What are you going to talk about and stuff?
I think just how we put them through training, what type of, not only just great fighters, but see their backstories, see their life stories, see the things that they built to become the men they are, the fighters they are, the girls also, just to see what type of talent they have. But the backstory is something that we want to see, because everybody has hardship in their lives of understanding what gets them to the next level, what makes them motivated, what makes them want to be better, not just as people, but as fighters also. So this is something American made that we're going to kind of compile together. This is going to be like the, I don't know, America's Got Talent of mixed martial arts. And this is what we're going to do.
I see you like to really coach. What are your feelings of being a coach compared to being a fighter?
Well, that was my end goal in life, is to be a coach. I went to college to be a coach. While I was in junior college, I was an assistant coach at Marina High School for wrestling. And I always just like to involve kids to better themselves, not only just as wrestlers, but as people in general, giving back to society, giving back to their families, to make them, better people in general. And when I did The Ultimate Fighter, people saw a different side of me. They saw Ultimate Fighter Season 3, Ultimate Fighter Season 11, and they saw a different side of me. They're used to seeing the Huntington Beach bad boy. And people got to understand that was just to sell tickets. And it was never to be against the fighters' fans. It was always just the fighters in general. I'm going to try to manipulate and try to, attack their mind psychology at the end of the day. When it came to the fight, either they're angry, they wanted to kill me, they made mistakes, or, I got a little over on them they're like, wow, I'm fighting Tito Ortiz. But once again, there was times that I lost, and there was times that I had draws, and there was times that I won, and I'm very thankful that I won the world titles that I had, as you can see behind me. My five.
I was going to say that. I'm like, I love your background. It's pretty badass.
I mean, I'm very fortunate, and I'm not going to say fortunate. I guess I could say fortunate, but I think the hard work is what really paid off. And now I'm able to be on another level of being a coach, being a motivator for these fighters that are up and comers, to know that, it is the hard work you put in, it is the way you sell a fight, but it's the person you are in general, how you're able to give back to society in a positive manner. And that's what I've always tried to do. I've had a picture painted from UFC in a different way that the fans see me and they think I'm an asshole. They think I'm not that everybody sees that I am now. I've always been this way. And it's through life. You learn through life, through challenges, through success, trials and tribulations that make you the man you are. And I'm very fortunate. I have 3 boys. My oldest son, Jacob, is at Arizona State University, wrestling for them. And then I have my twin boys, Jesse and Journey. They do wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But number one is school. School is super, super important. And education is something that was never pressed on me as a child. My parents didn't really care. All they told me is like, just go to school, Tito. I just need you to go to school. Just show up. That's all. With my kids, they have to get A's and B's no matter what. That's our mandatory. Education is super important. But wrestling saved me. As my huge fans have been following me through my whole career, they know my name's Jacob. And in the Bible, Jacob wrestled against an angel. The angel beat him, saved his life. Well, I found wrestling, and wrestling saved my life. And I was very fortunate, because I look back on 25 years of competing in mixed martial arts. I've become a great inspiration to my family, to my sons, to all my fans, to see what type of real person I really am. And like I say, I'm just thankful to be where I am right now, to be able to hopefully find the next Tito Ortiz's, the next Quentin Rampage Jacksons, the next Frank Mears, the next world champions of mixed martial arts. And that's our goal with American Made MMA and United Fight League and Freedom Fight Night. So we have this opportunity because of Harrison Rogers, and he believes in us. And I think all the other fighters, they believe in us. And we've been seeing some really good talent, and I'm excited to really see how far they can get.
I loved it. I was at the second one. Unbelievable. I can't wait for this third one. And if you fight, is that going to be the Freedom Fight Night 4?
Well, that's one of the things. We're trying to get Chael Sonnen to sign this fight right now. He keeps going back and forth. I think he's not really sure about himself. But either it'll be a Freedom Fight 4 or it'll be the first United Fight League. So we're trying to see what happens, these next couple of days, this next week. We'll solidify what happens with the fight. The fight gets signed. I'm already training. I just started training last week. So it's been a little bumpy road getting back into shape. It's hard to get back in that fight shape, especially, I'm so used to pushing myself to the maximum every single training session. But now it's kind of tapered down a little bit and get more, quality than quantity. So, it'll be steps, and it'll be just making sure that I'm perfect at the right time. That'll be fight night.
Do you know if it's going to be in Phoenix again, or are you guys rotating between Florida? Or I'm in Phoenix, so obviously I hope it is.
Yes, it'll be in Phoenix again. Phoenix, just the fans there are amazing. The support we get there is amazing. I think it's just a great place just to build a foundation of United Fight League.
I got a kind of funny story. You don't know how many, my last name is Ortiz, how many times where I paid my phone bill and the guy on the other line is like, are you related to Tito Ortiz? I get that so many times with that last name. It's pretty funny. When I box, people are like, you relate to Tito? So I just wanted to let you know about that.
And I appreciate all the fans who do support me. And even the ones that don't support me, I still appreciate them because they're the ones that motivate me when they're like, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to get smashed. And then I prove them wrong. And once again, it's life, right? We learn and
Exactly.
live and learn.
Well, if Chael doesn't sign it, do you have any other fighters in mind, or is it Chael or nothing?
Well, that was one of the things. And I talked to Harrison earlier today, and he said he wasn't sure if Chael was going to happen. I was like, you know what? I want to get one last fight in. You know, when I fought Anderson last year, I wasn't at my maximum. I wasn't at my full potential. I want to get one last fight in. You know, if Chael's not going to do it, would Fyodor do it? If not Fyodor, would Vitor Belfort do it? And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I for surely want to get one more fight in. I think it's important for me mentally, physically, and just for my fans and just to make me happy. Like I say, I've been through a lot. I have really put my time into the last 25 years, but I feel reinvigorated. The injuries I've gone through my career, those have been my biggest downfall. But now I'll be able to bounce back. I want to show all my fans and my family that I can do anything. If you believe in it and you make it happen, and you really just manifest greatness, it could be possible. And that's America. That's what America's about. The American dream's alive. And I want to make sure everybody knows that it's here and thriving like no other.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Do you want to shout out to anybody before we end it?
I just want to say, Harrison Rogers, man, thank you so much for what you've been doing right now so far with me and Rampage and Frank Mir. It's a great opportunity for a lot of young fighters, even an opportunity for me to get my last fight done. And everybody, you can check it out. It's American Made MMA on Instagram and on YouTube. And, of course, Freedom Fight Night. And we're going to be in Phoenix here on November 4th. You can buy your tickets at Ticketmaster, or you can buy them at the door. And then we have a VIP area where actually we're going to do pre-fight where the guys are able to come down and have drinks with us, food, and then come down to the fight and be right next to the ring, or next to the cage.
That's awesome. I'm going to see you there. See you next week. But thank you so much. Really appreciate this. And thank you.
Awesome, man. I appreciate all my fans. I appreciate your support. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Tito Ortiz IG. My old Instagram got taken down, but this is my new one. I'm rebuilding it. Of course, on Twitter is Tito Ortiz, Facebook Tito Ortiz. But once again, thank you all my fans. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on here. Check it out, Freedom Fight Night, November 4th in Phoenix, Arizona.
Thank you. Peace.